Hello, good evening. Welcome to the IGTL Multi class race for this Saturday evening, the 25th of May. This will be round 6, the final round of the season at the Circuit Rissarth. You join us just before stuck check. Once stuck check has been completed, we'll then move on to qualifying, take a short break, and then we'll be into the main race. So we'll look through, see who's attending this evening. Fabuki setting the fastest lap at the moment. Writing lad out. We'll watch as he goes round. Robbo as he's coming round to the Peugeot, parking up nicely. He's got people on the track just getting ready for the stuck check coming up, and then we'll be underway. Yeah, we're running a little bit late this evening, I think. It's usually a stuck check at 5:02 and into qualifying. So yeah, as I covered 2 weeks ago, we've got 2 different classes of racing in this one race. We've got the GR1s and the GR3s. Running through the people that will be in the GR1s this evening. Have Fabuki, Crazy, MJ Walter, Vitamin G, Parker, and Wright and Lad. So, and then in the GR3s we've got Gad Gaming, ERT Hunty, Foxy, ERT M3 Guy, Hansa, BJ Robbo, Embassy, and the world famous Herbie, who's hopefully getting to grips with his steering wheel. We'll see how he gets on. Great flag action there in the background. Got a nice shot of the Yorkshire Tea Racing team. Novel way of getting around that chicane there. Will he manage to? No, that's embarrassing, Robbo. Come on, you can do this. No pressure at all. Go Herbie, who runs it. So after qualifying we'll be doing 1 lap in honour of Nicky Lauda, who passed away last Monday. And we'll cover a little bit about the history of Nicky Lauda further on in the commentary. We have noticed today quite a lot of the F1 cars in the qualifying at Monaco were bearing a small honour to him on their cars. In fact, I think we covered so many of the vehicles that were out there today, just shows what everyone thought of them. So let's see if we get this go to watch M3 guy. Go, ready for the stock check. So you may remember a couple of last 2 weeks ago when we had the last race, there was slight problems with some of the slower cars being lapped by the faster cars through the sort of tighter part of the circuit. Well, for this race it's been advised that the faster cars pass on straights and not on today. Let's see how the start check goes. It's a bit of fun. It could go on 3 ways. Everyone takes it. It's kind of guessing to the real start, or it could go into silly falls with reversing on the grid. Yes. Excellent real life physics being shown. Taking it, beauty, no messing about with prisoners, you've got to be centre track on. And look like a lot of fun for everyone. Yeah. This was Herbie there, out of control. You may see that once or twice later on. So yeah, we've got everyone jumping out. They'll now start the qualifying. We'll follow for Buki out. Obviously one of the problems with the larger, longer tracks is the warm-up lap takes forever. And you also get less laps to get in those 15 minutes, so you've really got to be on the ball. Probably looking at these laps as smooth as possible on the first lap, keeping the rest really high. Go through all the gears, just bringing the neck out of this much fuel. Taking it steady as not to overstress the tyres too much, but for Buki on the mediums. Position, and 3 guy just sat behind him. You should get such a nice turn. Maybe if you sort of hang out with someone as well on the qualifying laps, you can use each other going down the straights to get the slipstream, get both cars going quicker. That might be something they're looking at. Quite a few cars there going off on that corner. Gad Gaming as well, going to a slightly uncomfortable end there. Answer as well. This is Kabuki then setting his first qualifying lap. Into the stadium complex. I don't know restricts whether it will punish him for that. It's too bad, that would have just been a lap. It's a bit G. Just put the fastest lap in there. Got only a second down, and the 2.5 second penalty as well. So for the first first qualifying lap, that's not bad first three within 1.1 seconds of each other. I'm expecting to be slightly slower if he's had to come through some of the traffic. Let's see, that might be better. For some reason, if I change devices, it seems to reset the audio volume. Hopefully that's going to be a bit better. Let's get back to it. So right and lad actually went first fastest there. Further down the field, when we start moving down, we've got MJ Walter. Cheers, man. Thanks for your help. So you're looking to be the fastest of the GR3 cars. Let's check out Hunty. Here we go. Excellent livery. Nicky Lauda inspired. Red across the side of the Porsche. Porsche, no. That's a nice one. We'll be checking back with him frequently throughout the race. So he's down a second on his first fastest lap, but he might be able to get some time up. See the fuel load's gone down considerably. They're on their third lap now. Back to the pits, but that's filled him up with fuel. There's some soft tyres on, but the fuel tank of fuel for that. So back with Herbie. So yeah, hopefully Herbie tonight will be using his new steering wheel that he's, I think it's been about a week now that he's been running with it, so we're not going to be expecting one and a half seconds up, so that's putting pressure on Hansa in front. He's also 1.5 seconds up. BJ Robbo putting in a decent qualifying there, puts him up into 10th. He'll be looking on improving on the last race. Remember, we had a chat with him afterwards. He was having mechanical issues, should we say, not being able to, didn't seem like he could get full throttle out of the car. So we'll be hoping those little gremlins on the Peugeot have been sorted out. That's what happens when you have French engines. So let's go back to the front and go and jump straight there rather than going through every car on the road. Fabuki getting a lovely tow down there. I'm guessing it was the other way around and then we caught it. A bit of a pass from Fabuki. So he's a good second up. Fabuki will be looking to get a nice slipstream across here. Difference in tyres, of course, we've got Pitman G on the soft tyres, Fabuki on the mediums. bit of Dukes and Hazzard style bike for Buki there. So yeah, we've now got just coming up 13 minutes completed of the session. So we've got 2 minutes for everyone to get on, cross that line, and they can finish their fastest lap, finish the lap. One lad on the softs as well. Managed to pull it in. No, just getting a little bit, going too much speed into there. Knocked on a time. It looks like he's timed it quite nicely just to get in, get another lap in. Quite a few people are looking like they're struggling to slow the vehicles down. So it looks like the top 5. Yeah, what an excellent bit of effort's been put in there this evening for that car. Yellow flags out, so we've got M3 guy coming over. He'll have enough time to start another, as he's starting another lap. As he comes in there. Let's see at the front how we're getting on. Pitman, yeah, the difference in the tyres there really showing. With 3 minutes 22. Good for Buki, still there. Yeah, if you can keep up, you can get a nice drag. Go through people that have completed. Robbo in a very strong 9th. So the GR3s, Indusy and Hunty finished. As well, it'll be interesting to see if he's up. Boom, up in the 7th, Robbo. Got to be very happy with that. We've still got M3 guys, so it'll be interesting to see if he can catch back up. Gamin's parked up, Herbie's parked up, Hans is parked up, What's parked up, so at the moment we are really looking to see if M3 can. This might be the last three of the cars that are on track at the moment, putting in their last laps. So there we are, I think we have most people in. Five-minute break, time to get yourself a drink, settle yourself down. We're going to do a formation lap. We're looking at about 4 minutes. We're going to be taking it carefully. Yes, hopefully this qualifying we'll have a little bit more understanding of the replay buttons. See if we can get a fair few more of those in. We're definitely trying to cover all the races, making sure everyone gets a decent bit of screen time. See, that all depends on if you're driving around with no one about. I'll keep coming back. Nice view of the guys parked up there at the side along the starting grid. So here we've got quite a few just making their way back to the grid then we'll start the formation lap. Excellent camera angles. Bookie and Gad, nicely parked up there, boys. Three guy and easy geezer. They're making out they could go back. Go the wrong way up the track, back to first position, back to the grid. Form up on the start and finish. That flag up. So for booking Gad, you could do a going back to the start finish straight as well. Right. Yes, wave that flag. Aggressive flag waving there by the marshal. El Toro, Gary, El Toro. No, he's happy now. No, he got upset. Take a rest, mate, take a rest. Just waiting for maybe one or two to come back from their little breaks. Foobs is back. Lovely bit of reverse parking by N3 guy there. So here we have N3 guy, I was going to say leading us out, Industry leading us out. For which is a formation lap in the memory of Nicky Lauda, who died on Monday. those of you who didn't know, Niki Lauda was the world champion in 1975, 1977, and then another 7 years later in 1984, being the only driver in F1 history to have actually won championships for Ferrari and McLaren. Lauda's also known for the accident he had at the 1976 German Grand Prix at the Nürburgring, where the Ferrari 312 T2 burst into flames that he was driving. He had had a spin, he caught a barrier, span onto the track, it caught flames, and then his car was hit again by another car coming along the track. He was dragged out and taken into hospital. Actually returned, I believe, in the same season. So yeah, but Niki Lauda was, as people have been saying on the Grand Prix shows today, that he was always straight up and honest. So if they would go over and ask him what their pit stop strategy was going to be, he'd tell them. But they always knew that if he told them something, they wouldn't sort of pass it on or anything. But you always got a straight answer from him. A lot of the drivers that are out there in the race this weekend are a lot to, you know, the strength that he put in. If you actually think that whilst racing he was nearly dead, he was actually read his last rites whilst he was in the car. Then you can see how strong he was mentally to come back and take part in those physically demanding races, especially in the 70s. No traction control, no ability systems, that was proper driving in those vehicles. So yeah, the guys are out there at the moment just doing their formation lap, paying their respects to Niki Lauda. So there we are, coming up to finish the formation lap. Just had a few seconds to check there. It was 6 weeks after Nicky Lauda had had his accident that he was back in an F1 kart racing. So if you're aware of the horrific injuries that he did suffer, not just the ones that you could see on the outside, but if you've got to breathe in the flames, the vapour, things like that, that was his lungs, internal organs as well. So 6 weeks to be able to get into a Formula 1 car and drive it is one massive achievement, and to continue battling, what's that, 23 years with the conditions, just shows you what a great man he was. So yeah, that's the IGTL giving their thanks and respects to Nicky Lauda this evening. So here we go, ready everyone, best of luck. Race today, hopefully we have a great start, everyone gets off okay. So here we go, start of the final multi-class race of the season in the IGTL League. And they're off. Vitamin G keeping the lead over Fabuki, but it's close, and Fabuki's got the inside line. He'll take the lead in there, right land pushing up the underserve as well, coming up in. Sideline and maybe contact back there. Looks like they're coming out of the corner okay. It looks like Walton managed to get a little bit out of shape there as the three of them are battling as they come round. Just hold it in there, sitting behind you and get a nice slipstream off of them as they come away again. Furlong trying to come out. We've got Hunty leading the GR3s away. Easy Geezer in front of Robbo. That looks like that's a cracking little battle there, and behind as well we've got M3 guy with Eeririssss right behind. He didn't have the greatest start coming away, and he'll be trying to pick up a little bit. Hands are getting a bit squirmy as he's coming out of there. So M3 guy under massive pressure from Eeririssss. Look for Robbo there with the slipstreams, starting to got himself in front of Easy Geezer. Leads him into that right hand, and you can see as well that Eeririssss has managed to get past M3 guy in the background. Looking to pull himself away. And further back down we have M3 guy going back to Hansa, Gad Gaming, and Herbie. It looks like he's had a upset. Get his head down, start to keep on. Be hoping that Gad Gaming slips away from Hansa so he doesn't manage to pull him along. And M3 guy coming back on Eeririssss, and Robbo and Easy Geezer, so you can work as a team, you can start catching back up on the cars in front. The idea is not to slow each other down when you get to the braking zone, so you can just continue on. So 3 guys here, so he's dropped back into the 4th of that pack. But we're hoping to keep close to Industry in front so we can be towed along that straight with Easy Geezer, forcing his way through. Industry now right up behind Robbo. Pulls out as Robbo's catching in. Oh, we've had it 3 into the corner, won't go particularly well. Boys going to have to back that one. So in the end, takes a bit of work, but as you can see, there's one person who gained massively from that. That's M3 guys managed to push himself back through, and also in the background we'll stick with these as they come through, but it looks like there's been some difference a little bit further back, and with this kind of close racing it's going to be really difficult to get back to those guys in front. Apologies to Fabuki, Vitamin G, Lad, etc., but we got cars 4 aside this way. That's it, Robbo, hold it together there. It's difficult being stuck in the middle to get a good line. And so just looking to see if he can catch anything. Oh, and there has been a slight mistake there. That was just caught Easy Geezer on the back end of M3 guy. We're looking at coming back out of there. That was some close racing, guys. Let's see if we can get some time to go back to the front now with Fabuki and Vitamin G. So apparently they're coming for Fabuki, who served it off the racing line straight away. Just managed to hold himself on there. It's gone wide again. He's going to pick up another one there maybe. Reset the track. That's going to throw him slightly. It's never nice being reset like that, but let's see how that's going to affect it at the front. So we've got Vitamin G that's managed to pull away considerably. Then Jay Waltz has just got past Right and Lad, I believe, coming along the straight there. Right and Lad will be looking to push back. These cars are so rapid. Continue going up and down through the field, so Right and Lad getting right up close. Easy Geezer to his left, the server. Fabuki there, but we've seen him in his qualifying. He was putting excellent times in qualifying. There's still 55 minutes to go. We're thinking that he's going to be back up and around it soon. Just needs to get himself back on the trail with those cars, 3.6 in front, and he can start getting the tow. So we look further back. Hunty and the Nicky Lauda livery today, leading by a good solid 8.7 seconds from Robbo, who has Industry all over his back quarter. So it's got him down the inside there. There may be some slight discoloration of paintwork. But then as he goes past, Robbo can just sit in behind at this point. He's looking at fuel saving. So have some reference and see what they are all doing there. So we've got Robbo now. But yeah, Robbo on the medium tyres there, and his hands are back as well. So yeah, Robbo on the mediums, Industry on the softs. So really, if Robbo, but I'm guessing the two of them are using each other, doing this in a logical fashion. It's easy way to find out is how they're going to react when they get to the end here. Is Robbo actually defending there, or is he going to be? It doesn't look like they're kind of working as a team there, but they're getting good times in. You can't always get 2 cars around the corners as fast as you get one, so sometimes you need to interchange. We've got Hansa up in 9th. Shouldn't sound so shocked, but they're solid performances. Dad game as well, keeping really close up behind, keeping the pressure on. M3 guy recovering from that accident early on. Guys can watch the stream back because we can see what happened there, but it looked like it was just a loss of control from one of the cars, whether it was Easy just catching M3 guy in a kind of back corner as they were just trying to turn, and that can throw the car out quite easily. Herbie as well. Every lap is understanding the steering and braking systems that he's got a little bit better. So let's go back to the first place, as we see that Vitamin G has been stretching his lead from Right Lad in second place, who has Mike Donner all over the back of him as well. He's 0.5 seconds behind. A little bit out of shape as he comes under the Dunlop Bridge. For Bookie catching up. Little one penalty, but he's caught up on Jay Roller. So it goes off the racing line and serves that. Jay Roller doing well to catch it there. It's a hell of a bonnet on that car. Hopefully he's not driving that in change variable clamps. It seems to be able to go into dashboard at the moment. Let's see if we can go forward. It's a hell of a lot of car in front to drive behind. Feel free to go to any camera. And shaped by Foops as he's trying to bat his way back up. So let's see how the pack are fighting well behind. Andrew Watts still catching up with Fubuki there. So Hunt is now 14 seconds in front of Robbo behind him, and Industry, what do you know, they're still scrapping side by side again. Industry going around the outside this time, catching up the inside of Robbo. Back behind M3 guy Gag Gaming, getting rather close again. I just caught Huntley on the screen, looked like he was spinning round, but he was obviously at this part of the track. So Robbo, yeah, leading in the seat out the corner, still staying within 0.3. They seem to be just swapping round between each other. The 3 guy in front of Gad. Hansa. Herbie catching up massively. So I'm just wondering whether Hansa has had a slight incident and just fallen back maybe 4 seconds. But that's the kind of thing that will give Herbie more hope that we're able to Nicky Loader across the front of his car as well. but as a driver at the back, I know I've honestly done it lots of times in the GR2. You're playing a game of trying to get the gap between you and the car in front to go down. It's just a numbers game for lap after lap. But yeah, you're just hoping that 8.8 will turn into an 8.6 or turn into an 8.2. But Herbie there, look, he's got a 1.6 up on his last lap. Learning the track, learning the steering wheel, doing well. Took that corner nicely. We're watching as he comes down into the heavy braking areas. Yeah, Hans are now catching back up with Gag Gaming in front, who's dropped back slightly as well from M3 guy. Seems to be catching Eeririssss, who again is close to Robbo. Seems to be a lot of trust going on between the two of them as to who's going to back out at certain points, whether they're in a chat room together. But let's get back up to the front and see how that's going. We'll just stick with Eeririssss as he pulls out around Robbo. Fuel's like between them, so Robbo's used up a lot more fuel than Eeririssss. Looks like he's happy enough to sit in behind. See where his gear changes. Just pushing through 5th gear, 6th, looking like he wants to go past him on here. But yeah, he's got far better fuel, Robbo. Seems to use more than anybody else. Hunty up in front, fuel as well. So let's go back up to the top. With Vitamin-G is now pulled out a 10-second advantage over Mike Donner in second, who's got a solid 3 seconds as well himself to Craiden lad coming up behind. He's got an 8-second advantage over Fabuki. See Fabuki pushing extra hard at the moment, trying to get that time down. With MJ Walter behind him. And now the GR3 cars, 1 minute 41 behind. This is Hunty, leading the pack quite considerably there by 18 seconds from Robbo. He's probably got the largest gap he's had for many a lap over Eeririssss at the moment with 0.7. And that's rapidly declining as they move on to the straight once he gets back in the slipstream. M3 guy, I think it is, close. Looks like it's taken half a second or so of Eeririssss in front. We'll come back to M3 guy in a little while and see if that 3.7 has changed. Gag Gaming as well now behind. So still in visual contact, that always helps. Some light flashing from Hansa in the background there. So usually starts to wear in on this track. Darker in some areas where the trees. So let's just pack up, check back up. So yeah, the 3.7 is now 3.4, so we have M3 guy low on fuel. Might be the first one going in the pits. Looks like his Toyota uses up quite a bit of fuel there, as he's just been pushing extra hard. Of course he hasn't had the slipstream that Eeririssss had in front, so I would guess he'd be coming into the pits. Yeah, putting on a bit more go-go juice and he'll be on his way again. Be interesting to see whether he actually changes his tyres. Not sure whether Robbo will as well. Both of them in the pits together. M3 Eeririssss is able to carry on. Plenty of fuel in his car. Gag Gaming as well. He's coming into the pits. So we have Hanso that was on the softs. 19 fuel, so he's managed to keep quite a bit more. Pumping in the fuel, let's see how they go when they leave. He was on one side, so Herbie's out now on the mediums, was coming in on the mediums. Robbo there comes out on the mediums, 100% full of fuel, off he goes again. So yeah, looking, was that 30-45 seconds behind Eeririssss now. Three guy there getting out, just giving a bit of room to the faster car Fitman Juice coming up to lap him, so we're going to start getting a little bit, let's see there, so we'll have, surely in the background you'll soon be seeing Donna coming through. Here we have Hansa, room to right and lad to come through, I can just see flashing through there, there's the Donna as well. Not quite up with them just as yet. Interesting to see where Fabuki is as he's working his way through. And so now in three guys having cars appear in the back, that's perfectly okay with him. He'll just go through this twisty sector. You'd expect the cars behind just coming out now, so it looks like they've cut the time down by half. You might even well get to the next chicane and be able to come out perfectly okay. It's about this, let's go to McDonough, he's right lad catching up with McDonough there. This has worked out well for M3 guy because he'll just be able to take his line and drive out here. Won't be impeded. Right and lad will be gaining a bit of momentum now. We'll see that Michael Trentford picked up a penalty and will shut that down. As he's managed to get. It's good work by M3 guy, you can see Robbo. Is that Robbo that's just had a tasty? Let's see, let's go back down to 8th place. M3 guy Robbo had a funny 5 minutes. I don't know if we'll be able to catch. No, we don't seem to get the replays don't seem to be wanting to function particularly well this evening. We won't bother with that one. But yeah, Robbo's had himself a little incident there. So now he's got Fabuki behind. Fabuki will hopefully, if he can get himself out of the gravel there, will be able to go straight past these two down the straight. Fabuki will go past, Robbo will probably pull out behind him to get his slipstream. Vitamin G coming into the pits. Eeririssss also pitting on 0% gas. You guys. So Eeririssss doing well. So we had M3 guy and Robbo battling hard around there. M3 guy on the mediums, Robbo on the mediums as well. Robbo's sending it up the inside. He's been quite fast. I'm not sure if just keeping one wheel on now, I think that'll save you getting a penalty. Nicely controlled. Yellow flags for a car in front. Is that Eeririssss that's had a... Can't say how Eeririssss would have had a moment. He's just come out of the pits. We've got blue flags now. MG coming out of the pits. Doing it, so M3 guy looks like he got a penalty there as he was maybe offline and run a bit wide there, letting the back marker through. That'll give Robbo the chance. That's fair driving from everyone. They're picking up the penalties, pulling themselves offline. Lol. Got game with Hansa catching up to him quite considerably as well. Buki will be looking at just driving past along there. It's quite easy for him. Massively overpowered car compared to the other. Let's see how close people are on the track again. Robbo and M3 guys still very close to each other, and Robbo will be looking to get back close to Industry there, so we're looking at, he's lost maybe about 9 seconds over the lap with incidents, and putting in more fuel as well, I guess. Oh no, Robbo, he's on quarter of a tank down at the moment, and M3 guy. That's an interesting little battle to watch. Let's see how they're getting on up in the front. Fubuki at the moment 5 seconds behind Walter. Walter within 3 seconds, but he hasn't pitted. Right and Lad in front who has pitted. 21 seconds behind Vitamin G, with Night Donna out in front who hasn't pitted at this moment in time. The pit speeds being the same, the minimum pit speed that you can go at, both cars can only go a certain speed. We should be looking at the same kind of time for a pit stop. Different fuel tank sizes will affect the time it takes to fill the vehicle though. So Vitamin G 22 seconds ahead of front Lad, getting a nice drive off Hunt. Ian coming along the back there. Get the replay going back. I'm not sure what happened there. I think that's a replay of what happened quite a while back rather than a replay of what just happened. But the M3 guy just losing the back end a little bit coming out of that corner. He'll be looking at getting his head down again now and catching back up with Robbo. So it's difficult for the guys around this sort of area of the track. One car's massively faster than the other, but it's not fast enough just to zoom past it like that with a change of track. And the same as Robbo as well, still keeping the 4.4 at the moment in front of M3 guy.
see M3 guy probably won't be aware, but his fuel consumption is considerably more at the moment than Robbo's. The tyres are slightly worse as well, but he may well be sat in behind Robbo at the moment doing a bit of fuel saving. If he uses his slipstream for a lap, maybe two, that'll be the fuel back in. Yeah, if you've got any messages, you can put them into YouTube for me. We've got Seb's got the Hunties lead is massive now. It's Eeririssss fight with Robbo, sort of kept him well back then. I completely missed that whilst I was reading the screen. Robbo just managing to pull away again, but yeah, Hunty now 21 seconds in front of Eeririssss, picked himself up a whole 3-second penalty. Well, that's the kind of penalty you get for abusing nuns. Must have done something horrendous for 3 seconds. So he'll be looking at getting himself probably just off the racing line around this corner. It's very difficult because he's going to lose quite a bit of time, but he's going to need to have to pull to the side and get rid of that penalty rather soon. So we'll come back in a while and see how that's gone. Robbo and Walter managed to get round there. And behind we do have the absolute charging M3 guy again. It's massively eating. Don't know whether Robbo's got himself a problem there. Looks like he's not getting full acceleration again. Maybe there's a problem with Robbo's car. It'd be interesting to find out there. But he's unless there's some sort of massive fuel saving going on there, the amount of time he's just lost is sort of 2 seconds or so just along that back straight. As you can see, M3 guy now only 3.2 behind. There's something amiss there. But we'll crack back on up front. Eeririssss going to need to get rid of that. Hunty massively in front. So let's go back to the start where we've got Vitamin G now after the pits is 28 seconds in front of Night Donna, 9 seconds in front of third place Craiden lad. Fabuki now in fourth, 11 seconds behind. MJ Walter 53. So it looks like he's just had another pit stop. Behind them, leading the GR3s, is Hunty, 21 seconds in front of Eeririssss, who's now served his penalty. BJ Robbo with M3 guy right up behind him. Robbo seems to have spent his entire race in battles with people. Gad Gaming looks like he's going to be making a pit stop soon. Hansa looks like he'll be able to continue that a little bit longer, but he's dropped back slightly as well. And Herbie is keeping himself quite close. You know, he's only, maybe we're looking at 6 seconds over 6 laps that he's dropped back. So that's an improvement. Like I said earlier, every lap is getting used to the steering wheel. Hopefully he's using, otherwise we'll all go around there with sticks. And let's go back up and see the closest race at the moment, I believe, is still M3 guy and Robbo. Not quite so close. We managed to catch that just at the right time. Which has drawn Gad Gaming straight back in. That's going to give him a hell of a pickup. What's the fuel difference like between the two cars as we look on there? No difference between the fuel of the two vehicles. M3 guys' tyres are going a lot worse than the softs there of Gad, so I would expect Gad to be catching, especially around the twisty parts of the track, being able to carry more speed in and getting more grip out. And Robbo's still holding it in front. Yeah, he'd best be using that wheel. Be interesting to find out. Still behind, so let's go back down and watch Herbie. Let's have a look and see how his inputs. M3 guy coming into the pits then, with Gag Gaming behind him. Both about the same amount of fuel there. Yeah, there's very gentle steering inputs being put in there. You watch the red dot. Gently going from left to right. That looks like a steering wheel inputs to me. So as you come round to the end of the lap, this is where you feel quite a lot of the difference. Maybe, oh well, if he had actually gone round the chicane parts, which are the things that are difficult on a steering wheel compared to using a controller. If you get to a chicane and you've got sharp left and right, it's the physical movements of the steering wheel from one way to the other, whereas if you're on a controller it's just pushing the top hat left to right. It's more difficult to do and it takes longer, so getting used to that would be good for him. But yeah, Herbie in the pits now on medium tyres. Let's not bother watching that, because up front you've got Eeririssss with Robbo 34 seconds behind. So let's see who's done pits and who hasn't, who's going to be due in. So yeah, we've got Hunty, he'll be coming in within 2 laps then I guess to fuel, as well as Eeririssss who's 20 seconds behind him, so they'll keep the same position. Robbo again 35 seconds behind Eeririssss now. He's needing to pit again. 155, 156, 157, 159. Sort of speeds that he's getting along that part of the track. Be interesting to see what sort of speed that. Yeah, considerably slower from. We'll have to check what his top speed is as he gets to certain parts of the track. So we'll probably take a reading somewhere along this straight and then check back and see what sort of speed Hans is getting. Maybe see if we can get something close as he goes under the Rolex. Along here it's probably about 148 as he got to there, so it'd be interesting to see if speed that Hansa gets as he gets to that point. So he'll be coming out of this corner and then accelerating away, and we'll be seeing what sort of speed there. Being 154, so yeah, Hansa there getting an extra 6 miles an hour, 7 miles an hour faster than the Robbo in front. That's helping him catch up. So yeah, I think the Audi would be up there with speed, not my Audi, which is sat on the drive with a seized engine. Bless Audi, what a fantastic thing to happen. Yeah, so let's check back up where Eeririssss has now gone into the pits. And Hunty as well, so they're 1.9 penalty into the pits. Robbo now, he'll be coming in as well on this. Hansa as well. Gad Gaming using up his penalty, and 3 guy just coming past. But M3 Gad Gaming there having pitted, M3 guy having pitted. Hansa just in front of them. Whether he had a slight off. Robbo in the pits, so Hans will be coming into the pits as well. That worked out perfectly for both of them. Robbo in. So it'll be interesting to see now how M3 guy, is he able to get past Robbo? And even Gad Gaming as well, they'll both be looking to jump Robbo here in the pits, seeing how he gets on. Yeah, as you can see there, Robbo just coming out of the pits. So he managed to keep himself in front of Gad, but it's just dropped there. But of course, with the different fuel uses of the vehicles at the moment, there'll be plenty more stops going on as you move into the last 20 minutes of the race. Yeah, the Land Rover will just keep going and keep going as you replace bits for it. It'll be like a broom where you've renewed the handle and the brush, but it's still the same broom. Yeah, but RIP the Audi, although I'll be stripping that down, giving the engine an overhaul in July. Wait for the little bit of holidays and I'll crack into it then. Anyway, back to the racing. So we've still got the very close racing here of the pack. Let's go back and check through everyone. So Vitamin G 46 seconds in front, just about to come in and do a pit in front of Wrighton Lad, Fabuki and Night Donna, who's just come out of the pits there. Back down behind MJ Walter, and then the front of the GR3's Hunty. He's completed his pit stop. Indices completed his pit stop as well. So watches Vitamin G. Shows the difference in the power and pace of the two vehicles. And away he goes. M3 guy there. And the Yorkshire T Racing team there with Robbo in it. Gad Gaming. Chin up in the background. Hands are dropping away behind slightly. So Robbo with the soft tyres on and Gad Gaming with the soft. Let's see if Gad can get under that 1 second so he can start really using that slipstream from Robbo in front. So Gad and Fabuki. Let's see Fabuki doing well, getting himself back up there. Let's watch Fabuki for a bit in third place. He'll be looking coming into the pit on the next lap. As Vitamin G comes in for, or goes out after his last stop. Full up with juice, fresh tyres on, and away he goes. Leading at the moment with the fastest lap of 3 minutes 23. Picking up a slight penalty there. Fabuki going around the side of M3 guy. Actually, you can see how well Fabuki's done there with the fuel he's got. So he's got 1 lap and he's going to have to pit the next time. In front of him by... And picking up another penalty right and lad. That's going to allow Fabuki to catch right back up with him now. He's going to need to pit again. So these two look like they're going to be battling out for quite some time. And I think at that point you'll notice that Night Donna, if he's got enough fuel in there to last him until the end of the race, 26 seconds behind. think that'll be enough to keep him in front, but I'll see how it goes there. If he can, has got, like I say, got enough fuel to last. Might well be in that there, and I think well, it's a little bit too far, but let's check back down through the GR3 runners. Hunty's still keeping it. That must be like I say, the opposite of what Herbie's doing at the other end, and Hunty's driving around keeping it, his eyes on the 13 seconds, just making sure it doesn't drop too low, I would guess. Not making the mistakes, keeping the car on the track. He can fuel save as much as he wants to. Indice there is pretty much in exactly the same. He'll be looking at keeping it nice and tidy, getting himself to the finishing line in 15 minutes. They're going for M3 guys, just put in the his fastest lap of the race of a 4:04, and is up on the time again. And behind him, Yorkshire T Junior there, with his eyes down, keep looking at the GAD gaming behind, who seems to have just dropped off. I think that's probably the difference in the tyres. Look, see Robbo's tyres there, full up. GADs there look like they're starting to go a bit ropey, especially those rear left. So yeah, that might be difficult for him to keep them for 14 more minutes, but we'll see how he goes, because behind, look, we have Hansa, who's got more fuel and tyres in decent condition, and he's gonna, it's like he's putting in his fastest lap for the last sort of 11 laps. So Hansa now getting a wriggle on. Herbie behind us, check back on the wheel demon that is Herbie. So as we look down through, we've got Herbie there with his traction control on. He'll be losing a little bit of time as the traction control holds back some of the acceleration at the corners, but it helps massively, especially if you're new to a steering wheel. Helps you concentrate on the inputs you put into your steering and your braking, and can just look after your acceleration slightly for you. It's a lot to try and remember and get into your head if you're steering, braking and accelerating on a new controller or new system. But like I say, because of the extra safety that's involved with the lack of power it puts down, it can give you a negative on the acceleration at the corners, as it just holds you back slightly. Back as we go back up then, Hansa. GAD Gaming still keeping within the 3-4 seconds of M3 guy in front. Robbo in front, I mean, as for Buki, looks to go past him again. Robbo there is 10 seconds behind M3 guy. Let's have a look at the fuel in the boat. So Robbo looks like he's fueled half a tank. Be interesting to see. We concentrate on how far you can actually get on half a tank, but if he's going to have to fill up some more to get to the end, if M3 guys fuel's a lot lower there. So I'm guessing, well, there's going to have to be another pit stop for M3 guy. Whether Robbo needs to put in quite so much, it'll be interesting to see. That's good racing by M3 guy. In the end, you're just going to end up holding, slowing yourself up or having contact and going a bit wide. Let the other person through. This gives Fubuki the chance to stretch. I didn't mean to catch up a little bit there, but no problems. So let's go right back to the start and watch Vitamin G as he's stretched at a 55-second advantage over Right-and-Lad. Right-and-Lad now, it's only 2.1 seconds in front of Fubuki, so Fubes has kept it rather close there. Fubes, who had fueled right up to the max, coming back at Right-and-Lad quite considerably down that straight. We'll stick with them as we watch the action unfurl. So Fetman G is driving the Toyota TS30 hybrid 2012. For Buki, we're watching at the moment in the Audi R18. So it says on my sheet, Wrighton Lad, I think took over from Crazy in the TS50 hybrid 16. So yeah, for Buki, they're getting past Wrighton Lad at the moment, pushing on. See, after the pit stops there, Mike Donner now 6.2 behind Wrighton Lad. Just dropping back slightly, but that could be the part of the track he's on. So we're now under 10 minutes from the end of the race. Mrs. BudgeFett will be happy. Yeah, it's our wedding anniversary today, so she's, or I've been lucky enough to be married to her for the past 19 years. Lucky enough as well that she's said it's perfectly okay for me to do this. Probably because it gives her some time on her own and away from my incessant ramblings. Still back to the racing. Nike Donner there catching Wrighton Lad, 2.5 now, 2.4. Full beans on the brand new set of racing soft tyres. Wrighton Lad in front there. Buki 2 seconds in front of him as well. So this is going to get quite tasty up at the front for this. Whilst they're still slightly apart, we'll take a drop back down from 6th place and see what's going on. Down with the GR. So Hunty now, Wrighton Lad's just overtaken him. To put another lap down. Of course, Wrighton's going to have Nike Donner right behind. So Hunty's now going to be passed by Nike Donner. As we quickly look back behind, so we have Hunty, who is now 7 seconds in front of Eeririssss. I've got this feeling that Hunty's just taking it very easy and steady as he's going there. Eeririssss now, so it's 8 seconds behind, but 43 in front of Robbo, who's had a couple of incidents as we've gone through the race, but been strong. Or M3 guy keeping his 9th position there, keeping a distance, so it's pulling away from Gad Gaming behind, who is in front of Hansa there behind, and Herbie steadily inputting steering information on the BMW at the back there. Looks like he might have some slight paint transfer on the front right of the car there. So we'll just have enough time to go back and look through 2nd place. For Buki managing to pull away from Wrighton Lad. Wrighton Lad now 1.1 seconds in front of Mike Donner there. So we'll keep with these two. This is going to be interesting for the last 6 minutes, 6.5 minutes, as Wrighton goes wide himself, but as it happens quite a few times, the person behind will follow you through. Mike Donner losing a considerable amount of time getting stuck in the gravel at that point. I'm not sure if we will be able to take a big replay back that far and see what happened. Again, this could well be a replay from a number of weeks ago, the way this replay system's not been behaving itself particularly well this evening. Would that one have brought it? No, it doesn't indeed. It's just thinking of someone completely different. But yeah, so that's disappointing from Nike. It's just going too deep into that hairpin, getting caught into the sand. But he's now, as you can see, was 6.5 behind. He's now back to about 6. Right and lad just catching across there. He might pick up a slight penalty, but he'd be happy as Larry flashing his lights. Maybe he's on a controller with a top hat. But this is all now allowing for Buki to build up 8 seconds there behind. So Vitamin G. And for Buki they're managing to keep his 9 seconds. So I'm just wondering to myself why Vitamin G and Fubuki are so close together. Cheers, dude. Thanks very much for the congrats. It's probably more congrats to her than me. But yeah, straight after this we may be celebrating with a wee drinky. And if you count back, it's really easy for me to remember the years because we got married in 2000. Always get the years right. We've actually got Fubuki catching Vitamin G quite considerably with the last 3 minutes to go, are they? As they come up to complete what I'm guessing would be the penultimate lap, one more to go after this. But it'd be interesting to see what the last lap time of Vitamin G was there. So we move into the last 2 minutes of the race. Vitamin G with 1.3 seconds over Fubuki. We'll come back to that soon enough. Brighton Lad still managing to keep that 6-7 seconds in front of Night Donna in 4th. One minute 30 in front of Night Donna. Is that what the problem was up there then? No, it is seconds. So we move down to Hunty, who looks like he's just relaxed completely, and that's a Indicee there in the background, out of sorts. Do we get to catch what happened with it? Indicee, so he's gone wide into the kitty litter there. He's trying to get himself back on. Managed to do it again, so yeah, those tyres a little bit calling for help. Just caught himself a little bit of damage in the front there. Without the replays choosing to work. right at the end. The Indisy there, keeping himself up with Robbo, who's pulled out the 19-second gap. We have 3 guy Gad Gaming behind him. Hansa coming across with 16 seconds behind with Herbie. So let's get back up front and see what's going on here, as we've got Vitamin G with Fubuki right up behind him. Fubuki taking the lead on the final lap. Also putting in a fastest lap of the race as well with a 3:22.4. So this is going to be something. Robbo hits the checkered flag first. Congratulations to Robbo. But we'll stay right with these two as they're coming up around. Fubuki will be looking at making that car as wide as possible through here. Just getting a little 1 second penalty there at the end for going a little bit too wide. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, your winner of the GR1 race this evening, Fubuki. Congratulations, Fubuki. Coming in second, Vitamin G. Excellent racing, both of you. Looks like there may have been an extra pit stop or something for Vitamin G up around lap 14. It looks like he came in lap 12 and lap 14. So it looks like there may have been an extra stop for a little bit of fuel there. And that's what may have happened for Vitamin G then. Yeah, it looks like a miscalculation on the fuel for Vitamin G. Right and Lad coming in third. Night Donna fourth. MJ Walter will be coming round to complete there. Hunty managed to hold off the Indisy, who just lost it coming out of that final corner, or one of the corners. Robbo's finished, and I'm guessing the people a bit further down have all completed. So we're just waiting for 5th, 6th and 7th to come through. Yeah, Robbo's strategy, I guess that was a lot of fuel saving today, Robbo. You seem to be going a few mile per hour slower than others along the straights. We follow Hunty as he comes in. Yeah, Hansa, you did get caught a little bit at the back there, or in a position, didn't you? Yeah, and just couldn't get that. You're waiting then on other people to make the mistakes, and though one or two happened, just not enough to get you back in. But yeah, I could see that was not necessarily the most exciting track in the world either. But that concludes the season. And there's the classified standings. Boom. So yeah, Robbo, I did manage to catch most of your side-by-side racing with whether it's Eeririssss, GAD, M3 guy. It was 4 wide at one point, so that was excellent. You may want to check back through and watch a bit of that. I'll leave them for that. So well done, guys. And we'll just wait for a little bit of chatting to come through, and that will be the last commentary for this season for the multi-race GR1 and GR3 cars. No, I don't think there'll be I shan't be commentating on a bonus race, like I said earlier. Got some recompense, maybe. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching the stream, or and especially for commentating on. Cheers, Seb, for joining all the way through. Thanks very much, everyone. Yeah, if you fancy it, watch it back. Hopefully I caught some of the action at least, and this especially the good, really good driving by let me see, it was Robbo, GAD, M3 guy, and Eeririssss, I think, 4 wide through quite a few corners, so that's interesting to watch. So yeah, thanks very much everyone. Hope you enjoyed it, and well, I'll see if I can catch you next season. You'll also be able to catch me with the Robbo doing the, what's it, the special. So yeah, might catch you next Saturday. Thank you very much everyone.